What's up, party people? It's getting crazier out there. Furries are currently overrunning public schools, and the normal students are not too happy about it.
The term furry, it refers to someone interested in animals with human qualities. Now, they dress up like this as a cartoon version of an animal. Now, we've learned there have been reports at Nebo Middle School that students are getting mistreated over this topic.
Ladies and gentlemen, furries are a protected class, and you will not misgender them or misfurry them, whatever it is at this point. This is becoming a much bigger problem recently. There seem to be a lot of furries pretty much everywhere you go. When I was in school, we didn't have furries. We just had this one girl who called herself a neko and thought she was a cat or something, and would like lick her hands at the lunch table and wear a tail everywhere she went. But now things are escalating because there are a ton of furries in public schools, and a lot of people are mad about it.
There was some kids dressed up as animals, and I heard that another kid got bit by one of them.
Whoa. We can't just brush past that. A kid got bit? I mean, what did you do to the furry? Did you provoke him? Did you yank his tail or take his dog bowl away? Did you hit the shock collar real quick because he's being too annoying? Look, man, there are a lot of solutions to this problem, okay? I'm very experienced in dealing with this. I'm pretty sure you can call animal control on these guys. It's legally justified.
Nearly 75 students and parents showed up facing the school, saying they're unhappy with how administration is handling reports of harassment.
Okay.
You guys cannot record me without my permission!
Oh my god, the public freakouts. We used to have those in school too. Oh, and the Rick and Morty shirt. This kid rocks, bro. This kid is awesome. She's going evil Morty mode. It's funny how the one time I actually interacted with a ton of furries in real life, basically the same thing happened with the whole "stop recording me" thing. Why is this little green bird person following us, filming us? And they were inside filming us too, and then when we're outside, they're doing this. Start filming this. They're gonna film us, we're gonna film them. What are they doing? We're not even in the hotel anymore. We're waiting for our Uber, and they're filming us. And as soon as he starts filming them, they freak out.
Stop recording me.
You're recording us. Security! Security! They freak out. And I'm like, bro.
Calm down, okay?
I don't know what the exact circumstances were here in this school or why this person was being recorded. Maybe they were just being annoying, or maybe they were engaging in some serious furry activities. It's hard to say.
This is video a Nebo Middle School student took last week. Parents say there's an issue between some students and others who call themselves furries, or people who enjoy dressing up as cartoonish animals.
Back when I went to school, you couldn't dress that way, you couldn't do certain things, and I think it kind of needs to go back a little bit. Like, I know kids need their own personalities, but it's ridiculous when kids are dressing like animals and licking and biting people. I just don't think that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, look, express yourself all you want, but you're there to learn and to get shoved in lockers. You're not at school to be in a full-time fursuit. There's really no reason to wear any furry gear to school, in my opinion. The dress code can be kind of annoying at school, okay? I get it, kiddos, okay? I'm young and hip too. I remember the days, but I think we can all agree that wearing cat ears or a tail is probably a step too far. I mean, it's a little distracting when one of your classmates thinks his name is Fido and can't stop eating your math homework. How are we supposed to get anything done? You got to tell the teacher, look, I had my math homework this morning. The dog ate it. They're like, what dog? You don't even own a dog. I've met your parents. And you're like, no, he's right in the back of the class right now. And you look back and there's just some kid back there who's going like, huh?
But the Nebo School District tells us it's not that extreme. Seth Sorensen says no one was scratching or biting anyone, and that there are a lot of untrue rumors going around.
It actually is not something that's been occurring. In fact, a lot of the information that's been put out there is completely incorrect and inaccurate, and so we're still trying to get on top of that.
Look, furries are known to be weird, and especially when they're in middle school, you never know what they're gonna do. I feel like kids probably bite each other regardless of the whole animal costume thing, but maybe we have some false allegations here, okay? Maybe furries are being improperly slandered by other students. We have some potential issues going on to this middle school. There may be a Katie bug situation with the furries. I mean, the furries are basically George not found if you think about it. They're being falsely accused. They're going quite mode.
Thank you.
This is Strudel.
This is Strudel. Yeah, of course their name is Strudel. What did I expect? It couldn't be Mark or Ashley or David. Their name had to be Strudel or Fluffykins or something like that. That makes perfect sense, dude. Hey, I'm on your side. I get it.
Though they've been a furry for over a decade, they have their own opinions.
It's crazy that it's escalated to this point where these kids are being so distracting to their peers that their peers want to stage a walkout. So to have, the next generation kind of muddy our name and not represent it very well, it is kind of disappointing.
Wow, so this is actually a based furry, guys. They're on our side. They see the problems, okay? They're critical of the wider fandom. They're a dissenting voice in a sea of madness. Hopefully the furry Gestapo doesn't come in here and take them away like they tried to do to me. But realistically, if any other fandom was running around the school being annoying, people would clearly have a problem with that, and it would be dealt with super fast. If people were dressed like Naruto or Light Yagami or Genshin Impact, whatever that is, people would be upset. People would be up in arms. They'd be like, this is ridiculous. It's not a costume party. But furries are almost a protected class to some people at this point, so the school board doesn't want to be called bigots. So they need to cater to these people. But now they have a bigger problem because there are 70 protesters outside of a middle school. Maybe we'll have some serious progress made. But really think about it. What does it take to get 70 people outside of a fucking middle school? It's not that common this happens.
Strudel believes there should be some limits.
Continue doing things you like, continue dressing up, continue making art, but maybe let's keep it outside of school hours.
As for the school, Sorensen says they have one main goal.
We want every student to feel safe when they come to school, and we want students to get along. In fact, we want adults to get along.
Okay, so the district says they've worked with some students whose dress and appearance they say might be disruptive to the school environment. They say they do invite parents to talk with administration to learn more about how they're handling the situation.
And a lot of these protesters are actually kids. They're marching outside of the school chanting, "Feed the people, not the animals."
We the people, not the animals. We the people, not the animals. We the people, not the animals.
Now, the media is saying this is all a myth. There's no biting. This is not a big deal. The furries are not causing any issues. It's all fine. But these kids have a very different take. They want to get the exterminators in there to deal with the situation the best they can.
But they are
She's not on camera
having
right
us sit, like they're sitting on all fours in class perch. They're wearing animal costumes. They're growling at us, barking at us in class. And it's very distracting, and we just want to come to school to learn.
They're barking at you in class?
Yeah.
Okay.
They try to give us rabies.
Yeah.
What kind of animal costumes are they wearing?
Cats, dogs, foxes,
Like, what do you mean? Like a full-on bodysuit or what?
They're like
tails, ears. It's very sexual and inappropriate. They're wearing butt plug tails underneath like skirts. They're wearing dog collars to school with leashes hanging off.
They're wearing butt plug tails? How are the parents letting them get away with this, man? How is this even remotely allowed by any adult involved? And if the school knows about this, why are they not stopping it? That absolutely should not be allowed beyond a shadow of a doubt. And even beyond that, let's say the biting isn't happening. Let's say the, plug stuff isn't happening. Jesus. These costumes should not be allowed. We got to go back to wearing school uniforms like they do in the Fire Nation or something, okay? They would never have tolerated this kind of thing. They just throw all the furries in a big pit and set Azula on them or something. I'm sorry, I've been watching too much Avatar lately. And now we're letting them walk around at public schools growling, barking, and biting people. I don't know why something more isn't being done about this.
It's just not okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
How old are the kids in these classes?
11 through 13.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, 10 to 13. 10 to 13 or 14.
Yeah, it's just really bad.
Where are they getting these ideas?
Their parents.
The parents.
Their
The
parents?
parents, the internet, anywhere.
Well,
Okay.
we don't know if it's the parents. They might just be doing it themselves.
It is the parents. The parents are a big part of their lives, and that's probably one of the big reasons.
Look, man, I get wanting to accept your children or whatever and be nice to them, letting them explore their interests. But when I have kids, if I see anything furry related even near them, that kid is going to military school. There is no doubt about it. He's going to be trained to become a killing machine. He's going to be trained how to fire missiles out of a jet. He will not be trained how to wear a dog costume. Being a furry is not necessarily a bad thing, but I've done enough videos to know that all of the same perils of unrestricted internet access that befall everyone else also befalls furries. It's crazy to me that these parents are just okay with kids wearing furry gear to school. If my dad saw me wearing this going to school, I think he would have had a heart attack.
What's the point? What are they doing it for?
Attention.
Yeah?
They probably don't get enough of it at home, or their parents just
What's the point of identifying as a furry?
honestly, I don't know. I feel they're just sick and they want attention, and I don't feel like they get enough of it from their parents or love, so they try and
Okay.
get it from other places.
What does your sign say?
It says, "We live not by lies," and
Okay.
other ones say, "We will not comply," and you can't ignore us.
I see some big ones that say compelled speech is not free speech.
Yeah.
What's that about?
It's about us. We were getting 500 signatures to get them to stop this, and Miss Taylor pretty much told me that she doesn't want us doing it, but she can't legally stop us.
And so how
And
they?
she's
How
trying
they? You said that they were spraying you guys, biting at you. Like,
Yeah.
Is that what? How often does that happen?
Pretty often. every day.
They bark every day, but they only bite like once a week.
And they spray us in the eyes with Febreze if they get a chance.
If this is actually happening, and these are not just rumors as the news is saying, and these kids are biting people, then they probably need to be given some kind of behavioral therapy or something so they can learn that you can't bite other people just because you don't like when they bark at you at homeroom. And apparently this is not 1 or 2 or 3 kids. There are 30 furries at this school who are engaging in this kind of stuff.
How many kids are doing this, you think?
30
of them?
It's another epidemic, basically, guys. Okay, listen, I know a lot of you guys, you know, the masks, you're like, oh, masks are corny, over the nose. Why would you not wear a mask if there's kids dressed up as animals at school? That's a perfectly good explanation. These protesters are speculating on the reason why the school is not punishing these furries. Maybe they're afraid of some kind of lawsuit from the parents.
Like when I was in school, if I bit somebody or scratched them or hit them or sprayed chemicals in their eyes, you know, I would be in trouble for that.
Yeah, they just don't get in trouble, I guess.
Why do you think that is?
We get in trouble for it.
I don't know, just try not to get sued.
You think the school's trying not to get sued?
Yeah, I think they're just scared that, like, the parents are going to be like, you won't let my kid identify as a dog or whatever, like. But, like, if you identify as a dog, then go be a dog, but not at school.
And that definitely could be true. I think a lot of schools are scared of being seen as bigoted or something, or, you know, some kind of legal action being taken against them if one of the parents gets pissed. So they just have to put up with this stuff and not do anything in retaliation. They're shaking in their boots. Now, that story was from Utah, but in 2023, there was concern over some kids doing the same in a completely different town at a completely different school.
I can't believe I have to say this out loud, but the furry dress attire,
The school dress code up for debate in Brevard County. According to some board members, some students are raising concerns about their classmates' attire. They say some kids are dressing and acting like animals.
There are children in our schools that are dressing as animals. And that sounds innocent when you say it out loud, but there are things like dog leashes and collars and walking a child as though they're an animal and tails that are tripping hazards.
Yeah, they're called furries, and it's the most, to be honest with you, it's an anomaly that I didn't have when I was in school, and I'm sure you didn't either.
I remember my dad learning about furries for the first time and just being shocked at what was going on. When he was in school, you would get in trouble for wearing a Motley Crue shirt with a pentagram on it. That was the big thing, which is pretty innocuous if you think about it. It's just a t-shirt, really. But now the problem is people dressing up like dogs and walking each other in the hallways. It's not even just a furry thing. It's more of a practical issue. If a teacher saw a kid walking another student in the hallway on all fours, they'd be like, hey, get up. What are you doing? And then you add the leash to the equation, and it just gets so much worse.
And we wonder why test scores have declined, and this country faces a shortage of about 55,000 full-time teachers. It's time for schools that allow this to happen to crack down against the furries. Humans are not animals.
Look, this guy is spitting facts right now. We got to get on his side, okay? We really got to rally around him. I think people are waking up to how annoying some of this stuff is. There's enough pushback that eventually, you know, the schools will chill out and they'll probably be like, hey, you need to stop wearing the fucking furry stuff at school, okay? It's a little much in math class, come on. But you never really know. My brother recently told me that at his high school, kids were trying to bring litter boxes in and the parents were supporting it, so you never know what's going to happen. I feel like I just missed this. I was a part of the last relatively normal generation where you did have some of the weird stuff, but it wasn't totally unchained, so to speak. And now here we are with this small portion of the population demanding they get what they want. And there are even furries in college now, which seems relatively harmless, but I mean, still, I don't know if kids should be wearing fursuits to class.
Hello.
Oh my gosh! I love your fursuit! Slay!
Yo, thank you.
Yeah. Oh my god, slay!
Go kid, go kid.
Yeah, slay, man. Slay. Hopefully all this stuff will chill out soon. We'll have to wait and see how it goes. But one thing is for sure. If you're a parent, just don't let it go beyond the cat ears, okay? Things get dark. I would know.
Oh my God!
I'll see you all in tomorrow's video where I teach you how to drink 13 Red Bulls in one sitting while also investing in Lockheed Martin stock. We're making money moves here, boys.